Welcome to Tales of Earth, the best place to find cool information on many different legends, myths, lore, and tales of Earth. Today, we are going to cover the lore behind our favorite spooky holiday. Halloween is a special time of the year. A time of the year when ghosts and goblins come out and we ignore everything our parents taught us and accept candy from strangers. While people all over enjoy the act of decorating their houses or dressing up as everything from witches to Bob Ross, there are actually several ancient traditions that led to the idea of Halloween that we know today. So, sit back while we share some spooky history with you. Samhain was the ancient celebration of the Celts that marked the middle of the fall equinox and the winter solstice. It was celebrated from October 31st to November 1st. While they were harvesting crops during the day, the villagers would let the fires in their hearths go out. That night, they would erect a large bonfire to celebrate Samhain. It was said that the celebration of Samhain marked when the barrier between worlds was at its weakest. With the barrier weakened, the idea was that ghosts and evil spirits could once again return to the world, as well as the fairy folk. So that the fairies would not cause mischief or harm anyone, the people of the village would place gifts and offerings outside to basically distract the fairies so that they couldn't get into trouble. As the villagers celebrated around the bonfire, they would sacrifice animals to their gods. The people would also dress up in animal skins and dance. This was meant as part of the celebration and also to further distract the fairies. At the end of their celebration, villagers would relight their hearths with flames from the bonfire. This was meant to give the Celts extra luck for the long, dark months of winter. Eventually, the Celts would be conquered by the Roman Empire, and the Romans had their own celebrations during the month of October and November. Ferialia was a celebration that took place in October when the Romans would celebrate the passing of the dead. It is believed that this would have mixed with the Celts' own celebration of Samhain. It would be 600 years later that the Pope would move All Saints' Day too, which was a celebration to honor past saints. After this followed All Souls' Day, which was a celebration to honor the dead. The celebration of All Souls' Day was very similar to the Celtic celebration of Samhain. The idea for the Pope moving these celebrations was designed for one thing. Most of the people that the Romans had conquered were considered pagans, which meant that they believed and worshipped various deities that did not fall in line with the Christian belief system. Historically, the church would move their celebrations and mix various holidays so that these celebrations would take the place of the pagan rituals, thus allowing the pagans to convert to Christianity much easier. After the movement of All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day, October 31st became known as All Hallows Eve. Eventually, we would change that to Halloween. When the Spanish came to Mexico, they brought many of the Catholic traditions with them. These traditions mixed with the Aztec culture, much as they did with any conquering nation in the history. That is why Mexico now celebrates Dia de los Muertos. Many people think that the Day of the Dead is merely the Mexican version of Halloween. This is not true. While they do share some similar traditions, since they both have their roots in Catholic celebrations, they are quite different. For 3 days, beginning on October 31st, people celebrate 3 days of remembering those who have passed and laughing at death. They visit family graves, decorating them with flowers, candles, and candies. They hold a vigil overnight at the graves or in their homes. People dress in elaborate costumes, children are given candy skulls, and great parades are held in various parts of the country. While Halloween may be seen as nothing more than kids dressing up and getting candy, the Day of the Dead is more of a celebration of family and ancestors that are no longer with us. Thank you guys for listening today, and if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like and leave a comment in the section down below. And if you want more legends, myths, lore, and tales of Earth, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you want more of me, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at DanTProducer or on Twitch at DanTStreamer. I will see you guys next time, and have a spooky Halloween.